Hey everyone, Nittany Lion Roar here, and I'm back with another Cyberpunk 2077 video for you. And in this one, I'm going to show you how to build a totally overpowered stealth Netrunner assassin character, which I'm really excited about because that totally fits my playstyle. And then I'm going to dive into some gameplay so I can show you how to use it. But first, I've already uploaded some hacking tutorial videos, so if you don't know how to do that at all, you're going to want to make sure to check out those first. I'll link them in the description of this video, because you're going to need to know the ins and outs of the breach protocol before you attempt to build like this. Because we're going to use it for everything from finding enemies, to killing the enemies, to stealing some stuff. So if you want to sneak around Night City, hacking into everything and killing enemies without ever being seen, or coming into contact with them even, then there's some skills, perks, and cyberware that are particularly important. So let's take a look at the character build first. I'm in the cyberware section of the inventory, and you're going to need to make a trip to the Ripper dock because the one most important thing here you could absolutely upgrade for this build is the operating system. Of course, you could upgrade other things that would help with this build too, but you must upgrade the operating system to the best thing you can possibly find because it gives you 8 base RAM, 7 buffer size, and 5 slots, which are all needed to make sure that this build works as it's supposed to. So RAM is basically a type of currency available in this game that allows you to use quick hacks. Quick hacks come with a certain cost, and as you use the quick hacks, it depletes. But they will replenish over time too, and there's some perks to help up with the speed in that. We'll get into that in a little bit. Also, the buffer size you need when you're hacking in through the breach protocol, either through enemies or computer systems to be able to steal stuff. And the more slots, the merrier, because this is where you put your quick hacks. And there are a number of really good quick hacks. I'll go through really quickly what I have in here, but the absolute most important one that I have is this Synapse Burnout. That's what makes me a stealth Netrunner assassin, because I'm able to kill humans with this. Even humans have technology connected to their brains, so basically what you do is you fry their brains with this one without ever being detected, which is really awesome. And another one that's like it is Short Circuit. So these are two I would recommend going after if you can. I got really lucky and found them. I didn't have to buy them. I heard that Synapse Burnout is sold by the Ripper dock in Pacifico if you need to go look for it. But Short Circuit does the same thing. It just does it to robots and drones and things like that. The other ones that I have on this build right now are Request Backup, which calls another enemy over. Cripple Movement, which does exactly what it sounds like. It stops the enemy from moving, so you can do whatever you need to it. And then Ping. I like this one a lot for this build because if you don't know where the enemies are and your character is kind of weak, you don't want to get surprised by them popping around the corner. Plus, you need to stay in stealth mode as you do this entire thing, or it can ruin what you're trying to do. So pinging reveals other enemies on the map. Another one I really like that's not in this build right now, but I definitely would see myself swapping it in from time to time, is Reboot Optics, which basically blinds the enemy so that you have time to like sneak up behind them and take them out that way. Now let's check out the skills and perks. There are 3 skills that I'm relying on for this, one more important than the other, and that's obviously intelligence. I'm putting most of my points into intelligence because that is where the breach protocol and quick hacking perks are, and I want as many of those as I can possibly get. Since this is a stealthy build, of course, I'm putting a lot of skill into this one, skill points into this one, but I'm not getting a whole lot of perks out of it. However, there are a couple of perks that are pretty good here, like increasing the movement speed and avoiding detection. And, you know, as I put more points into this one, there are better ones that go along with that too. So you're going to want to look for those perks in here. I'm not really putting perks into technical ability at all. But I do want this one leveled up a little bit because there's some rooms and things that you can only get into if your technical ability is higher. So it's nice to have that because sometimes that's where there's some extra loot you want to go get. So let's take a look at the perks that I think are really important here. One is Mass Vulnerability. So this makes the enemy a lot weaker. So they're easier to kill that way. And then you can just keep increasing that as well. I obviously put some perks into being able to steal more things, like more components and euro dollars and things like that, accessing nearby access points, and then reducing the cost of Quickhacks. As you can see, I'm only at a midpoint with this build, so there's a lot more perks that I want out of this too, like completing a breach protocol reduces the RAM cost of your next quick hack by 1 times. I'm telling you what, if you can get any perks here that reduce the cost of quick hacks, you want those, because you want to be able to do as many quick hacks as you possibly can on the enemies to take them out as quickly as you can. So anything that increases the duration of demon effects or decreases the amount of time it takes for the cooldown and things like that, you want all of that. As far as quick hacking goes, there are a number of perks here that are really important, and the first one's actually kind of defensive to protect you, and that is I Spy, which reveals enemy netrunners when they're trying to attempt to hack you. This one's important because you will have enemy netrunners who are trying to reveal your position, and you want to find them before they find you so you can prevent that from happening. There are other perks here that you can focus on that will help you increase the amount of RAM that you have or decrease the amount of cooldowns for RAM or for abilities, and those are always really important, like biosynergy, weak link, and you can even expand. You can see I'm only like halfway through this build here, so this is only going to become even more powerful once I get Master RAM Liberator and Ananesis, and this is just giving me more ability to be able to use quick hacks. But on top of that, this particular assassin build is dealing damage through quick hacks, so you also want these quick hacks that are going to allow you to deal more damage, like Bloodware here, or Subliminal Message over here, which are dealing more damage to targets. Then your quick hacks are going to be extremely deadly. All right, so I've shown you some of the things that I've gone after in this build as far as skills and perks and cyberware. Let's dive right in and show you how it works. I'm doing a mission right now that requires me to enter a warehouse, and I can see by taking a quick scan that there's a lot of enemies and technology that I'm going to need to be hacking into. So this looks like a good opportunity here. I'm going to come over here and hide myself a little bit. And first, let's get that camera offline. So I'm pressing tab to be able to bring up all of those quick hacks I showed you. First, I'm going to use the breach protocol. And this is going to let me do ice pick and camera shutdown. So reduces the quick hack cost by 3 RAM units. And like I said, that ability is really powerful, so that's going to be really important. So let me scout this out for a moment here. E9, BD, 1C, E9. Yeah, okay, I don't see that. 55, 55. Looking for 55, 55, E9, BD, 1C, 55, 55, E9, BD, 1C. There we go. Got them both. Okay, perfect. Now everything's a little bit safer for me. We have an enemy right there. So what I'm gonna do is, first of all, ping to see where the other enemies are. And you can see they're all highlighted now, so I know what to look out for. Okay, let's go ahead and start assassinating.
Ow, you roach!
All right, so you can see how much damage that did. That was pretty good, right? And the cooldown timer is done. I need to get her highlighted again.
Baby, you can come out now. I just want to talk.
Just like hiding behind the screen there. Okay. Now I'm gonna go Synapse Burnout again. And you can see there's a cooldown for that ability too. And that did it. That killed her. So, can I get in right here? I don't think I can fit through that hole, unfortunately. All right. And let's go ahead and jack in, and we'll do the breach protocol again. All right. This one looks pretty easy. Let's hope it is. 55, bunch of 55. So really we need to do 3 55s in a row if possible, and then a 1C and another 55. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. And that's why it pays to have a good big buffer. All right. Now we can steal all the loot in here. She died funny. Hyper realistic there. Man, she's got some muscle. But like the physics of that doesn't make any sense to me. All right, anyway. Let's see what else we got here. So you can see you can use these things to distract enemies and all that too. Oh, there's an enemy. We're going to use breach protocol again. This time we're going to hack into all the enemies. So what do we got? 1C, BD, 1C, 1C. Okay, so let's see, 1C, looking for E9. We can start with BD, 1C, 1C, BD, 1C, 1C, E9. 55. Can I get them all in one shot? I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I can waste one character here, so that's okay. So BD, C, 1C, E9, 55. There we go. And what that has done is now make all the enemies more vulnerable to me as well. How much damage did he take? Yeah.
Hunting we will go, little piggy.
A lot of damage. We're gonna ping that. Okay. So you guys can see how this works here. And that's how you put together this stealth Netrunner assassin build. Clearly, I'm going to keep moving through the warehouse here, hacking into enemies, killing them, and stealing some things. And you can see this is a really powerful and sneaky build, which you can build relatively early on in the game. If you want to see even more gameplay with this particular build, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you know when I drop more videos. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and if you haven't already, make sure to like the video on your way out. And I will catch you in the next one.